Was Laurie Turnbull, an Associate Professor of Political Science at Dalhousie University. Laurie, thank you for joining us. I don't suppose Justin Trudeau, having told Parliament that he has credible evidence that he's actually explained it to the nation, has he? Because it's quite a thing to say for a world leader to accuse another country of being involved in the killing of someone on their territory.
Absolutely. For a G7 country leader, for a Five Eyes country leader to get up and say this in the House of Commons, the first day back for the House of Commons after the summer break, people take that very seriously, and people look and say there must be some reason why he's saying this, because as you say, this is an absolutely consequential thing for him to say. But no, he's not going to tell the rest of us what he's seen. He can't for national security reasons. But the opposition leader will press him on that to try to get clarity around what he's really saying, because when he says there's a potential link to agents of the Indian government, what does that really mean?
The Indian Foreign Ministry, I can't quite find the right word. I want to say apoplectic. I mean, I was listening to a news conference earlier today, and the statements that were coming out saying that Canada has become a safe haven for terrorists and that those terrorists should be sent to India to face justice. Just the words coming out of the Indian Foreign Ministry. This is going to take some time to dampen down, isn't it?
Absolutely, because you can see the two sides. The narrative around what has happened here is completely exclusive. There is no common ground here. Both countries are essentially accusing the other of foreign interference and of being involved in circumstances that affect their sovereignty. And for India to be accusing Canada of being a safe haven, essentially for terrorists, is a massive accusation. And so we can see the two sides here not coming together at all. And it's hard to see how they will. At some point. I mean, we can hope that what's going on behind the scenes in diplomatic channels might be moving the two sides towards some kind of a common narrative. But from the outside, we don't see that. But when we talk about things like rule of law, the state of democracy, the importance of respecting the sovereignty of countries and partners, that kind of language is supposed to give countries with similar values a kind of common language to use in a circumstance like this, because we will have things like this happen from time to time, but we don't see that happening in this case at all.
Absolutely. Laurie, if you don't mind being brief with this final answer, do you think it's going to affect anything beyond diplomacy? I mean, for example, trade between the countries, which is significant.
Yes, we've tried a few times, stops and starts for trade missions, to have those conversations with India, and we can see a stop, we can see a freeze, and it's hard to see how that would move in a positive direction right now, given the circumstances.
That's Laurie Turnbull in Ottawa. Laurie, thank you so much indeed.